since today is a Sunday, I'm gonna put on some church for my grandmother, maybe around 9:10 or something. And it's the Wesley Methodist Church live stream. I put it from YouTube to the TV using Chromecast. She loves it, so that's why I play it for her. And I've also been reading the Bible, but the Bible actually is more gruesome than I thought. I knew that the Old Testament had wars and incest and stuff that I didn't like about it, but I didn't realize when they have to make sacrifices at the altar, they hit tons of animals' blood on the altar, all kind of crazy stuff. But that's tons of years ago, probably maybe 5,000 years ago or something. And then also I might watch some of the Indian Premier League, probably most likely, because it's the final of the IPL. I'm not sure which teams made it to the final, but it'd be cool to watch maybe the middle of the match or the last part of the match. And I hope you guys have been having a great day. So I have some notes here that I saved to see what to talk about. So I had fun watching a live video from psychic medium Jonathan Lewis on Saturday, the 25th of May. Oh, sorry, on Sunday, the 25th of May. He likes to answer people's questions about spirits and heaven and the afterlife. And the live was on YouTube. He has a channel called Psychic Medium Jonathan Lewis on YouTube. Then I went on TikTok because he didn't do a live reading there, so I went on TikTok to see if he was gonna do a live reading, because he said he was, but he spoke for a really long time, so I went to bed, and I guess later on he did a live reading. So that's cool. You can check him out if you want to. It's called Psychic Jonathan Lewis on TikTok and Psychic Medium Jonathan Lewis on YouTube, and he goes live every Sunday at 9 p.m. and most Sundays at 9 p.m. And then in St. Kitts there were some serious vehicle accidents. One was near the airport and one was on Timothy Hill. Maybe it's because people were coming home from this party, and a lot of people there actually were high and drunk. So, and then I guess they drove afterwards. Hi, how are you doing, Kezia? Hee. So yeah, so basically they had car accidents, and then they had another accident I learned about. This Ross student. The university is called Ross University. It's a veterinary university. At around 11:30 p.m. at night, she was driving and she hit a curb wall and her car flipped over and she died. And people don't understand how that happened because it was like a one-person car accident. Well, I was guessing maybe she drank too much alcohol or something, and she didn't realize that she had to turn right or left, and she drove straight into somebody's house wall. So that was really sad. And then also, there's this tourist in St. Kitts. He said he's an experienced hiker, and he went hiking in the mountains in St. Kitts. And basically, he's lost now. They could not find him for like 3 days. Like they said, the last time they heard from him, he made a call at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And then they still couldn't find him. His last name is Wang, and he's a Chinese national. So hopefully they find him before he starves to death or something. And I actually learned from some people, they said, well, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but they said that the reception, your cell phone reception in the mountains is not great at all. So yeah, okay. And also some days I actually have been eating way too much food. Most of the days I eat half a plate of food for breakfast, half a plate of food for lunch, and then I eat somewhat at dinner or a lot at dinner. But some of the days I have not been following that. I've been eating way too much food at lunch and breakfast. And the thing is, I like to eat half a plate of food for breakfast and half for lunch because I still put on weight. Maybe it's because of my medication also, but basically I'm probably overweight somewhat, but I've been trying to eat less. And I also do walking 3 to 4 times a week for 1 hour and 10 minutes. And then I also do strength training some Fridays. So I tried that. I was thinking about maybe I should get a hula hoop and do that as exercise. I think the last time I got a hula hoop, it was either too big or too small for me to actually hula. And hopefully, if I get one, it will help me lose belly inches. I read that some people were saying they did a study that the people hula hooped for 30 minutes and they ended lost 1.2 belly inches off of their stomach. So hopefully I can lose some or just get more exercise. So that's cool. See what else I'm gonna talk about. Okay, so me, my mom, and my grandma, we love to go recycling. And speaking of recycling, my brother just gave me a bag filled with bottles. So we have even more things to recycle. So there's this recycle program in St. Kitts Nevis called Let's Recycle St. Kitts Nevis, and they recycle plastic bottles, um, aluminum cans, and now cardboard. So it's really cool. It's in St. Kitts and also in this. Hi, how are you? Subhan Karnath. Oh, yes, I love to go recycling with Let's Recycle St. Kitts Nevis. So every week on Tuesday, on certain areas, they are recycling areas. They put up a tent and they have trucks and stuff to collect the bottles and the cardboard. So it's also done with the Ministry of St. Kitts and Nevis in collaboration with Taiwan. Taiwan loves to help St. Kitts and Nevis with different of our programs, and it's because we help them try to become their own independent country. I think that we vote that way, and that's basically why. Taiwan is cool. Taiwan, I get Taiwanese. They said they have done tons of humanitarian things around the world and spoken to tons of different countries for decades now. So they've always actually been about that. So they're about making friends around the world. And yeah, so that's it. Okay. Another thing, I recently subscribed to this newsletter from an organization called Circle Blue. It speaks about water issues worldwide. Other than that, the UK Parliament made a report that found out that by 2055, England could be short of 1.3 billion gallons of water if they don't plan now. I think it's because of the changing weather patterns, they said, and also because of the growing population. I also read that Laos is building another dam on the Sekong River, which is a Mekong tributary. Other than that, Laos exports water to Thailand and Vietnam. However, the report also commented and they commended Cambodia on installing dams being built on the river because they said they need to protect wildlife and protect the availability of water for years to come. So if you have too many dams on the rivers, it actually can mess up um, it can mess up the amount of water available. Let's see, okay, let me see where I reach now. Yes, I learned that in North Carolina there was a drought, and also the map I watched, South Carolina was in serious drought also. And I also read on at the article that 52% of the United States is experiencing drought-like conditions. So that's really serious. If that so much part of the USA is lacking water. So hopefully the hydrologists can figure out something they could do. So yeah, I'm not sure if making desalination plants all over would help, but that would cost a lot of money. But since there's gonna be so many droughts, they might as well try something. Yeah. So yeah, I read that North Carolina has been rationing water. Yeah, so that's what happened. So the remember the newsletter is called Circle Blue, and I think it's called The Stream if you go to the website. The Circle of Blue. Yes, I learned from reading the newsletter that there are antibiotic resistant bacteria growing in Sri Lanka's major rivers where they get water and do different things because salt water is going in there and also wastewater is going in there, and so that's very scary that superbugs are growing in Sri Lanka's water, and I love Sri Lankans. So hopefully they get that under control because that's really crazy if superbugs would come from Sri Lanka and spread around the world. That's not good at all. Yeah. Okay, I say next thing. I love our cats and our dogs. One of our dogs named Ted he loves to eat cat food off the front porch. So my mom put some metal in different areas on the gate so he can't get through anymore. But actually this morning I found him outside the house. He actually was outside the front gate somehow, and I don't even know how he got out there. So he's doing a teeny bit of mischief. I don't really think he's that bad, but when he sees cat food, he loves it. But now he's blocked from getting that. So yeah. Oh, this what? YouTube is telling me something about putting up a Q&A sticker about food that I never get tired of. I guess pizza is. How do I do it? I'm not sure how to do it. No idea. I'm gonna try to type it then. Pizza, food you never get tired of. They said to add to my Q&A. Start Q&A. Okay. Oh yeah, I put up the Q&A. You guys can answer it if you want to. Yeah. Okay. So yes, another thing. My mom has been making mango cheesecake, and I've been eating tons. It tastes extremely great. Usually I don't like cheesecake, but my mom, she actually took some mangoes from there. She froze the pulp, and she's been making the cheesecake. So I think she used jello in it also, and then she used a pie crust to the bottom, and it tastes really good. And I had way too much, so the last cheesecake I've been doing my best not to eat any, so she can eat tons of that cheesecake, because I don't want her to say, oh, she made the cheesecake and then she didn't get to eat the cheesecake. So yeah, and she also took some for her friends. One big one for her friends, and maybe her husband can eat some, and then a smaller one. It wasn't that small, for another friend. And she likes to go to karaoke with one of them, and one of them is our cousin. Actually, one of them is my cousin, and the other one is her cousin. Like Saint Kitts Nevis is very small. Somebody you know is always somebody else's cousin. I think that most people in St. Kitts Nevis are fourth cousins or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I tried to eat sugarcane the other day, and a small piece went in my throat, and it's not good at all. And I wasn't even eating that fast. So I didn't try to eat the rest of the sugarcane. Like my cousin, she brought some for us, and it took me a really long time just to cut off a small piece. But yeah. And I know that we used to have a sugarcane industry in St. Kitts and Nevis many years ago. And it shut down, I think, in 2005. And it's a great thing because we were actually losing money every year trying to produce sugar, but it employed a lot of people. So yeah, and is I think the poll I put up is what food you never get tired of. I guess maybe you guys have answered it by now. Okay, so oh yeah, so some days ago we had tons of Sahara dust. We always get Sahara dust every couple of days. No, it's not great for people with asthma and allergies, but they said it weakens the strength of the hurricanes. But it was messing up some people in my family. They couldn't breathe at night and stuff like that, and that's not good at all. Um, so, and I also read that I think the hurricane season might not be as bad. I'm not completely sure. I don't know if it has something to do with El Nino or something. And what I learned about Bermuda some months ago is that around 50% of people from Bermuda, they have genes from St. Kitts and Nevis, and that's great to know. Like maybe in like the 1890s or 1910 or something, I don't remember exactly what year. The sugarcane industry in St. Kitts Nevis wasn't doing good at all. So many people moved to Bermuda for work, and so I think they're all related to me. Like even though they're from Bermuda, I feel like they're my cousins, and it's so cool to be friends and have family in a country that is a lot somewhat different from your country, but still somewhat the same. They even have the same kind of clowns, but this clowns was a little bit different. But basically, how they dance and their carnival is like a Caribbean carnival too. Like different artists from the Caribbean go there all the time to perform. So, and then in our track and field tournament called Caripta, they actually participate all the time. So that's really cool. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do today, like I said, I'm gonna play the church for my grandmother, and I'm gonna watch some of the Indian Premier League T20 cricket final. That should be really exciting. Yeah. I love watching cricket sometimes, T20 cricket. When I was younger, I used to watch one day internationals and test matches. Like the commentators used to speak like and very enthusiastic, so I thought I had to watch every single minute of every single match. So I watched tons of cricket. I learned all of the main teams, and I listened to Tony Kozia, who's dead now, Ian Bishop, Michael Holding, Michael Hazeman, what his name is, Michael Hayes, and it was fun, man. But no, I really only watch T20 cricket for like an hour for each match, and it's cool. And the T20 cricket World Cup, the women's one, is coming in June. And then I think also Sri Lanka is playing West Indies in Jamaica in June, and the test, oh sorry, the test matches are gonna be in Antigua. So that's cool to know. And also, cricket is gonna be in the Olympics. I hope it's really in the Olympics for 2028. That'd be so cool. It's if it's in the Olympics, so other countries can actually see the sport, and all of them might actually try to make it to the Olympics. So that's gonna be great. Yeah, and I don't think any West Indies country. I don't think the West Indies team cannot go to the Olympics though because it's not like one sovereign body or something like that. But maybe one of the smaller teams can try to make it. But I doubt it though because all of the countries have a small population, and individually, I'm not sure if they're going to beat the other teams. One thing that is weird about the Olympics for cricket, it looks like the ICC is trying to make certain, or whoever is in charge of it, maybe the Olympic Committee, is that they want one team from each region, which I don't really think is fair. I think that the best six teams should play each other, not one from each region. But I guess that's how they want to do it. I don't really know why, but yeah. So yeah. And yesterday we got some ice cream sandwiches from the ice cream truck, and one of my one of the people who was like younger than me, he does robotics in the USA, and he came back after his job was over after tons of years. And I always think it's really cool and really smart that some people actually can code that well. They do the robotics. Like there's also a robotics club here in St. Kitts and Nevis, and I'm guessing they use Java to code. I know right now AI helps a lot of people with coding, and that really should have helped me in college. Like I didn't really want to go to college that much because I'm not great at public speaking or presentations. So I didn't really do something I loved. I just did something that would destroy my brain, and I wanted to leave, but I had to be there. But basically, I had to do all of that when there was not AI helping with coding. I always thought when I was reading the books that um, there's definitely a way for the computer could do a little bit more than half of all the stuff I'm reading, and I didn't know why I had to try to do it. But now it's great. Some people don't like it because they said it took away their job. But I think it's more efficient to let the computer do what it can do and then leave the higher level experts to make decisions and to do the high level coding. So it's like a club of elite coders now, which I think is great. And my mom actually was watching this. It's probably still today. Also, she's been watching this. Is it intellectual property? No, I think it is AI. Zoom like meeting thing around the world. It's from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I think Mark Zuckerberg's sister was there. She said named Randy. So they were speaking tons of. They were explaining tons of things about AI. And I think she tagged me in a video. Mommy tagged me in a video about some kind of ISO standard, like International Standards Organization for AI. And basically, I guess I watched some of it, but yeah. But mom is learning tons of stuff. Yeah, so usually around 5 p.m. she calls it quits because it's from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. But I don't blame her. Like I'm surprised she can't even concentrate that long. Oh yeah, yesterday we got tons of pancakes on Saturday. My mom loves to make pancakes, and they were great. We had tons of fun. Okay, let me see what else I can speak about. Oh yes, there was a track and field competition. I thought it was different track and field clubs in St. Kitts and Nevis against each other, but that wasn't it. It was the best children runners and other sports in track and field, events in track and field from St. Kitts versus Nevis, and Nevis actually won, and I was so happy for the Nevis children because they came over, I guess by boat, and then they ran and ran and they won. But I think it's because they got more gold medals. Tons of years ago when I was growing up, it was about who got the most gold, silver, and bronze medals. But now it's only about who has the most gold medals. That's how you know who has won. And I think they changed that because the international body changed that also. Speaking of that, I love to watch World Athletics clips on YouTube. I recently subscribed, and I also sometimes watch the Diamond League stuff. And a lot of the rights for broadcasting certain things, they've gone to World Athletics now. And there's something also called World Athletics Plus. You can sign into the website and watch videos. But I just watch the clips on YouTube because I'm guessing they'll put the same thing on YouTube that they put on their website. So that's cool. See, my father loves track and field a lot, and I said, oh, let me get into it too. So yeah, that's cool. It's really great what the athletes are able to do. And it's also very surprising and cool that the athletes are able to stay that fit for that long, like for years. They stay fit for like 12 years. Yeah, and I'm always surprised people can run the 100 meter without breaking the ankle or not. Like, that's serious. And also, I was scrolling some website the other day, had a TikTok or Instagram, and they were saying this guy was saying he was gonna beat Usain Bolt's 100 meter record, and he didn't beat it, and some people were laughing at him, but I didn't really agree with people laughing at him, like, but yeah, so yeah. We have this cat, named, I don't want to say her name because it's kind of a bad name because she's very mischievous, but one thing is cool plus annoying at the same time. She loves to climb everywhere. She's always getting into something, and yeah. But I thought all cats were calm and soft and quiet and cute. She's cute also, but she's kind of disgusting. And then I know some ginger cats, like all the ginger cats we had, they were always very sad and very sensitive to touch. And I was wondering if it has something to do with the color of their fur. I'm not sure, but yeah. And this guy I follow this guy either on Instagram or TikTok. He's from South Africa, and he likes to make funny videos um, about veterinary life. Like, for example, if people say that their cat or their dog is not, if they're not dangerous, and then he shows a picture of a very angry cat or dog, and then he said, "You know you lie, your lips are moving." Like, he uses that sound on it. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I've also still been watching. I talked about Psychic Medium Jonathan Lewis already, but I've still been watching this girl called Earth Angel Imani on TikTok. Like, I like her videos, and sometimes I like read Fairy Tarot, and then this guy called Bougie333 Phil. Sometimes he posts videos also, and I just somewhat got into this girl called Chloe Mediumship. Like, I've been watching the videos, but I didn't watch like everything yet. So I'm seeing what she can do and stuff. I think she's legit, but um, I'll see if I watch her videos more. And I love to look at Sahot Life Path 5 and Life Path 11. Life Path 5 somewhat describes me, and but if you add it with Life Path 11, it makes complete sense. I think Life Path 11 makes sense to me. I'm a master number 11. I tried to get into numerology deeper than that, but I didn't really believe in the other stuff. Just the sorry, just the life paths and the master. Your master number 11 is also called life path 11. And I think they said all the master numbers are old souls. So apparently they say I understand information more than other people in by intuition. So maybe that's true. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I like to follow this thing on on Facebook called Lake Health and Wellbeing. They've been talking a lot about menstruation a lot, but I really haven't really paying attention that much because I don't have any children or anything. And um, actually, recently I've been getting my period the last year and like a half. I never used to get it at all. It used to go like 3 years, sometimes or 1.5 years without a period. But no, I get well. Like last year, I got it like maybe half the time, and this year it's coming like every 35 days or something. So I think that's great. That's happening on time, and I'm surprised because some of the medication is actually supposed to. One of the side effects is could be make your period less common, but it's actually more common now. And speaking of that, in my mind, I minutely over 50. I minutely over 50% feel more male than female. And they said that some people with autism have that, and I might have level one autism. I know I have a lot of autistic traits because when I was younger, I used to kind of act like level one autism, like 12 and younger. But older, not so much. But if I do a screening test, it says autistic traits. So, but I don't act like the description though. But they can pick up some of the things, and also a lot of people with aphantasia have more autistic traits than normal, and also I'm multisensory aphantasic. I can't see, hear, taste, smell, touch, and move in my mind. Like all people have a mind's eye, mind's ear, all of that. The only thing I can do is that I can hear my voice speaking constantly in my mind, and it's a little bit over half I can hear it. But other people can do other stuff, like they can hear different characters' voices when they're reading. They can hear other people's voices that they know, and they also can hear music and replay music in their mind and different things like that. And some people can taste things without tasting, and they can feel like they're touching things without touching. But I read that I think they said the taste and the touch is not everyone. If they tested people separately for those things, I think they said 13.9% of the population actually are missing those kind of things. But yeah. I think it's amazing how different people are born with extreme talents, and from since they're small, they're gonna make a lot of money and do really well. So maybe that's why some people say to tax billionaires, because it's not really fair to other people. They're not as talented. I know even though billionaires work really hard. If you're making billions of dollars and somebody else doesn't have all of that talent, why would the other person have to start with that much? But yeah. So yeah. Oh yes, my mom is cooking us breakfast. I'm gonna eat soon. And then put on the church for Granny. Yeah, I think she's making eggs or something. I don't remember. I know she was making eggs, and then she said they weren't smelling good or something, so she was making something else. So I wasn't sure if it was more eggs. So yeah. So yeah, I love the Caribbean, like especially the Eastern Caribbean, because everyone is close to me around here, and I love the different heritages and the history and different islands. Like I love the people of the Eastern Caribbean because I'm Eastern Caribbean. That's why I love it. And it doesn't matter like what people look like. If they're from the Eastern Caribbean, I think that people love them the same. So I hope that you have a great day. I have a lot of work to do starting Monday again. I help update a website and WordPress. I have to search for stuff to put on the website, and I have to add everything to the website. So that's cool that I actually am able to do that with my life. I hope that more opportunities come my way, and I actually hope a lot of money comes my way because that's something I really have been needing. And hopefully everything works out for me. I don't worry as much anymore. Just let heaven take care of everything, and I just try to do good things, and hopefully all of these good things will come back to me. Anyway, so I hope that you have a great day and thank you for listening to my life. Bye.